Hello and welcome to today's flight. We're on the ground at beautiful Idaho Falls, Idaho in our Cessna 414 Chancellor aircraft, which was modeled by Flysimware. What an outstanding, beautiful machine. We're getting ready to take off and we're going to go through some emergency procedures, engine failure on takeoff and engine failure on landing. I hope you enjoy today's flight. Okay, we're getting ready to take off runway 21 and we're going to go ahead and simulate engine failure after takeoff. And so I'm going to manually pull back. In this case, I'm going to kill the left engine. And when that happens, I'm going to apply rudder to compensate for that drag toward the good engine, and I'm going to bank toward the good engine. All 6 levers are going to go forward initially, and once I've identified for certain the bad engine, I'm going to go ahead and pull back, throttle, propellers, and mixture on that side to feather it. So the main thing here is get the nose down, and anything that's causing drag, get it out of the way. So gear, flaps, I'm not going to have flaps on this, but if they were in, once you establish a positive rate of climb, get those out of the way. All the stuff that's going to create drag out of the way. All 6 levers forward until you figure things out. That way you have power. Then pull back on the bad engine, both throttle, props, and mixtures. Maintain, in this case, 103 knots. And what in this case I'm going to do is a pattern, a standard pattern. I want to continually turn toward the good engine. Of course, I would declare an emergency. ATC here at Idaho Falls would clear me to land any runway, undoubtedly. And so I'm going to just do a standard. I'm going to do a right traffic pattern because I'm turning toward the good engine. I want to avoid any banks toward the bad engine. All right, so here we go. Okay, we're lined up. Full power is applied. Engine instruments are in the green. Power is available for takeoff. Airspeed indicators live. Now I'm going to do this failure before the gears retracted intentionally. There's 80. And slight back pressure on the control wheel. Positive rate of climb. All right, left engine's dead. Airplane's turning toward that. Get that gear up. Flaps are up. Establish a positive rate of climb. All levers are forward. Okay, left engine's bad, so I'm pulling back. Throttles, prop. Mixture's already back on that bad engine. Now I'm going to continue straight ahead. Reduce rate of climb. Try to maintain 103 knots. Okay, just a tiny bit of climb. I want to get that airspeed back up. There's the left prop feathered. Now I'm going to start a traffic pattern to the right. ATC would have cleared me now to land any runway. Notice my rate of climb is very minimal. I got about 300 to 400 feet per minute climb there. Everything's forward on the good engine. Got just under 100 indicated, maybe 97 knots indicated. Continuing a very, very mild climb. We're about 500 AGL. All right, we have about 600 AGL. Okay, no flaps, no gear until landing's assured. Still in a slight climb. We have 100 knots indicated. There's the runway. going to come just a little bit wide here because my turn is going to be very, very gentle into the runway, and I don't want to overshoot it. So right now I'm going to slight turn away from the runway. We have right about 100 indicated. I'm going to hold what I have right there. We're almost at pattern altitude. Nice gentle climb. Just about 103 indicated. So that one engine's producing enough power to maintain a little bit of a climb. And maintaining VYSE. All right, we're going to make our turn toward the runway. So I'm going very gentle, just a little bit less than standard rate to the right, maintaining altitude. We're right at about 100 knots. So I don't want to lose any altitude. I'm not going to add any flaps. Okay, I'm on my base leg for runway 21. There's the runway. I'm going to keep my altitude. All right, now I'm going to start a slight descent. Okay, we have full power on the good engine. All right, turning into the runway toward the good engine. Full power is still in. Okay, landing's assured. Gear down. No flaps yet. Okay, flaps 1. Flaps 2, going back on the power. Flaps 3. And on the ground. Flaps retract. And now, next up, engine out during landing. Okay, this is going to be pretty straightforward. All 6 levers forward, just like we did in the takeoff scenario. We're going to compensate with rudder and bank into the good engine. And then we're going to only add flaps and lower the gear once landing is assured. Also, just as in the takeoff scenario, we're going to pull all 3 levers back on the bad engine. That way it's feathered and we can generate the necessary power if we have to do a go-around. And we're only going to go below 93 knots indicated once we have that landing assured. Okay, we're on a nice, normal, stabilized approach. Everything is looking good. I would about now add flaps 1. Power's back to the bottom of the green arc. And now I'm going to kill the right engine. Right engine's dead. I'm stepping on the left rudder and turning, banking about 5 degrees into the good engine. All power is going forward. Everything's forward. And now I've identified the bad engine, so I'm going to feather that prop and I'm going to pull that throttle back. and landing's assured, so I'm going to go gear down. So I have full power on the good engine. There you can see the right engine is feathered. Flaps 2. And I'm going to align with the runway. And we're at blue line. Everything's looking good. And flaps 3. Going to reduce rudder input a little bit to let us line with the runway. And power's coming back on that good engine. And we're on the runway. Flaps retract. And clear the runway. Parking brake set. Let's take a look outside the airplane. And there you can see the feathered right engine prop. And we had plenty of power to make a safe landing. Toughest part of that is maintaining runway alignment with that engine out on short final. But we managed to get it lined up and on the ground safely. That's it for today's flight. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again next time.